Yo, if you're watching this, I want to first thank you for checking out my new podcast, Success Ain't Random. Man, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this project. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually re-recorded this video. But anyway, it means a lot to me, and I really hope you get some value out of it. For the longest time that I can remember, I've been what you would call a talker. Somebody who dreams big, has a lot of ideas, and doesn't take that much action with them. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that I never tried any of the ideas that I ever had, but for the most part, anytime I hit a little bit of turbulence, I never tried to weather the storm and see if I can make it through. And that ended about a few months ago, April 12th, 2021 to be exact, my 31st birthday. I took a long look in the mirror and saw, hey, do I really want to continue to live like this? And the answer is no. Yo, so it led me to go on this journey to create this podcast. I've met a lot of dope people and they're doing some amazing things, each with their own unique story and a bunch of gems along the way that they've learned in their course to success. And I thought to myself, what would happen if I was intentional about being the best version of myself? I mean, like literally the best, whether it comes from physically, like with my health, mentally, reading books and just working on my mental health and stress as a whole, um, with my relationship with God, my relationship in my marriage, with my daughter, my entrepreneurial endeavors. What would happen if I literally took the time out to make every action count to get to that goal? Well, I'll tell you what, with a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, I've seen tons of progress. And that's what led me down this rabbit hole of just getting more gems. I find that so many successful people, they share a similarity. They're resilient and they're intentional about their actions. So I figured, yo, let me sit down with a couple of people that I know that are doing awesome things, hear their story, and see what gems we can extract from it. And this is where you guys come in. You guys are my accountability partners. Y'all help me stay on track. And you get a front row seat to all of this game. It's free game. So why, you know what I'm saying? Now look, I will say this. All of these next 4 videos that I shot are pre-recorded. So any constructive criticism would really be appreciated. I want to grow in this. As you can see, I'm not even 100% comfortable with what I'm doing right now on camera. I'm talking extremely fast and I can hear that and tell that. But it's okay. I'm going to improve with you guys' help. So if you could do me the hugest favor, check out the podcast. I pray you get some value from it and let me know how I can improve. I want to make an impact and I want to do it in the best way possible. So I thank you for taking this time out to watch this podcast. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to give you some value and some game, and I appreciate you joining this journey with me. I'm not going to be a talker anymore. That ended back then. Now it's time to put in some action. And remember, like I always say, be blessed, don't stress, you already know the rest. And before I forget, I love you, Trini. This is for you. Thank y'all. I hope you enjoy.
I was learning that a one size does not fit all when it comes to musical artists or artists period, people period. You know, um, just taking what you can, taking the strengths from everybody and fortifying that. That's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? I know, and try not to compare everybody being better than the next person. Love and treat the artist for who they are.
My success, it ain't random. Float on the scene like a phantom. You and I should be on one accord. Together one hell of a tandem. I done cut ties to take it this high. The top is my spot, no questioning why. Took some L's like a champ, I just keep.
Let's go. All right. So somebody might have lyrics that got bars, but their voice will just throw it off for you. Right. Okay, name like 5 rappers that you think are like just hard.
Lil Baby,
Okay.
NBA Youngboy, No Cap, Rollo, Rodriguez, and Drake.
Okay, cool. I could pull about 4 of them where their voices is like, no 3, because I'm only familiar with like 3 of them. I only heard one person song like once. Cause like NBA young boy voice not, it don't align with what he rap about. And Lil Baby kind of sound like a kid. And then I mean we're not gonna talk about Drake.
But that fire though, it's the sound like.
But I'm saying
Everybody can with like you put some currency on like I guarantee like the whole crowd not gonna rock with it.
I will say
some people rocking with it, some people not.
Yeah, I mean but that's all music though too.
It can like come to a fan base, you'll say.
Yeah. Currency has a cult.
Well, that and also like I guess the tone of what you rapping about. Cause I mean like for him like you at one earlier on because it's not so much now in his lyrics. It's there, but not as much as it was before. They labeled him as a weak rapper. And if you hear his tone, he sound like he smoke hell weed, which he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't smoke, so I never really aligned too much with that side of it. But like,
we talk about everything.
Yeah, like when we talking about rapping, you know what I'm saying? Stand down till you come up, don't simp. Be something like that's legit what he be rapping about.
His lyrics,
it's hard,
but his sound like it's just. I guess you say like it ain't with it. Like.
So like, nah, wait, hold on. I do this.
He's
I got a question.
He's so trying to understand right now.
What it is? 3rd episode. Success Ain't Random podcast. I'm your host VZ. I'm sitting here with 2 guys. You feel me? One I'm just meeting for the first time. My boy, Balhead over there.
Balhead.
You know what I'm saying? We sitting my man Trap Baby.
Trap.
You feel me? And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna chop it up. First off, thank y'all for letting me come through.
No problem.
I walked in the middle of them recording something. I gotta say it was hard.
I appreciate it.
It was hard.
Appreciate that.
The one thing I will say when I first got in the house, I was like, man, I want to open the door, but like, you know how them doors go, like, if you was recording, bro, like it would have been like in the middle of the track, he going ham, and all of a sudden, is it picked up by the mics? Yeah, redo. I didn't want to be the reason.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying?
Do appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Now I gotta say, normally when I'm on here with somebody who make music and I hear something that I think is fire, I'm gonna need to get that early. Need to get that track early.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you listen to a whole bunch of
I appreciate that.
a whole bunch.
I ain't leaking it. This ain't LimeWire.
Nah, it's all good.
I told somebody the other day, I was like, I ain't gonna do you like they did Soul Plane. You good. You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, you can tell people about Late. Late is already out. That's gonna be the project.
We gonna all right.
Yeah, everybody loves Late.
We gonna get into all that.
Look at my wave.
We gonna get into all that, man. all right, okay. And that apply for you too, Trap. I'm saying, like,
For sure.
Just ain't gonna do it with my daughter in the car. Destiny, I already know I can't play it while I in the car. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but Baby Shark, like they tell me. But yeah, man. All right. So, what's been up? It's been a minute since the last time we like linked up. I've been super busy. You've been super busy.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Last I remember, you was floating face up in our Airbnb pool.
In the pool, bro. In the pool.
Like, I think we had just came back from going out.
Yeah, matter of fact. So good.
Yo, so let me set the stage for this. So first of all, there was a lot of drinking going on. Went out there, guys' weekend. I'm an advocate. You know how like, they be having like, I think what it was, Hot Girl Summer?
Yeah,
The Hot Girl Summer, that was a thing. I'm like legit, like I'm an advocate for like having male retreats, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta go decompress. Sometimes we gotta go decompress and just go turn up with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing too crazy because we didn't get out of pocket or nothing. But you know, just go kick it. And it was a lot of drinking that night, man. So many shots. A lot. Like Trap just don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah. Maybe next one.
Yeah, maybe next one,
bro.
You got to get a bigger Airbnb.
We gotta go to Austin.
Nah, bro.
Why can't go to Austin?
Cause Austin is a whole nother beast. We can talk about it off camera. That's how.
I got that. Yeah.
But setting the stage for it was a whole lot of drinking. We had a good time. We made it back to the house. This man is like, bro, I got an idea. I got a spark of inspiration. I got to get it in. He's like, what you about to do? He's like, bro, I'm about to shoot an album cover. I'm like, okay, like what you about to do?
And I was holding in the pool. Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah. Bro, I promise. Dog, like, so how'd you stay floating that long?
I know how to swim. What do you mean? I know everybody knows
Dog,
how
this is
to
300
swim.
pounds. This is not about to stay above the water. This man was legit
What? Are you
traversing the water. Trying to get different angles, bro. But that showed dedication, though.
Well, you already know I'm wavy. I'm already wavy.
This man here. It showed the dedication, like legitimately. That man got back to the Airbnb and he said, "Yo, I know exactly what I'm about to do, bro. Hey, grab the camera. Let's go outside." We was like, "No, he ain't about to do it." Sure enough.
Sure did.
Yeah, man. It came out good though.
Oh,
Not gonna
definitely.
lie, that was fire.
I don't even. You know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna use that for the project. I might just use it to use as a single from one of the songs on the project. I might use that for that. So, because I think I have a better idea for the album cover. I think I might go with some kind of cartoon mural. I might get somebody professionally to do that, and it's gonna turn out nice. It's gonna be real cool.
Okay. Speaking of that, what do you have a name for this new project that you're working on?
The house party.
The house party.
You remember the kickback?
Yeah.
Do you remember the kickback?
You remember the kickback?
Explain to him the house party though, like the
house
quarters.
party? Okay, for sure.
Well, wait. Before we get into, cause I feel I'm seeing a trend. Of course, I remember the kickback. That was like, you remember that? Like I remember like the kickback was, I would say, my favorite project because it showed the progression of not only lyrics, production, and just song structure, like project structure, all that in one when it comes to you. Like, I mean, anytime he drops something, he would be like, yo, check this out. We get in the car, we go get some rhyming or something. Like, yo, check this out. And I'm listening to it, like, it's straight. But you already know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's the most honest person. Bluntly honest.
Yeah, man. Don't ask me my opinion on something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's not a yes man.
No, yes, man. That's what
Not
You
yes,
feel
man.
me? Like legit. I would hope people would be like that with me.
Of course.
I mean, nah, son, I ain't gonna lie. They kind of left me hanging with my hairline for a minute.
I've been told you.
My hairline was trash.
I've been told
I had
you.
the McDonald's M. Like, y'all look. Y'all getting this
I told you. I've been told
right
you.
now. There was a point in time, I legit looked like someone hit me with like 2 buckshots, like right here. You feel me? Oh, it was bad, bro. It was bad.
It was not that bad, V.
Okay, so look, this is how bad it was. I was a waver, so I had waves right here. So I'm thinking I'm still popping up top, right? I'm tall, bro. I'm like 6'2", almost 6'3". No one sees the top of my head.
Nobody sees the top of your head, bro.
Wait, no. The wrong because they the videos. Hey, they'll game for y'all. But hit and like couldn't see a barber. So now I'm sitting there. I'm going to work. I still got to work. You feel me? So I'm going to work with the little piece of hair right here actually growing length, and there's nothing producing right here, bro. I called the dermatologist and all that. They want you to take pictures of your head before they could like talk to you about what they think you should do. So I'm standing there. I said, babe, take pictures of my take pictures. She took pictures, boom, boom, boom. She got to the top, son. It was on no waves, bro. Waves was gone. Barely had hair. I was like, oh no, this is coming off today. I called that man immediately. He's like, hey, bro, bring the clippers. I need somebody who's already bald headed to do this because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Matter of fact, I do you one better. We in my garage. He's cutting my hair. The first big patch of hair falls. My wife is holding my daughter. She's like, oh no. At that point, I'm thinking, dog, did I make the wrong decision?
She's such a sweet lady.
Yeah, she looks like,
Such a sweet lady.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I can't reverse it now. Like, it's too late.
Once you got to that point, you're bald now.
And look at him. He was like, it's too late. I was like, oh man. Oh man. But yeah, man. I am honest, and I'll say like the kickback was fire. I still say like that's gonna be one of those projects where like you blow up and people go back into your discography,
and then they start seeing how cold you really were.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be one of those. What I want to know is the storyline behind that. But I feel like there's a story before we even get to these projects, right? So before Balhead Productions, before Balhead the artist, you know what I'm saying? We sit before the couple of artists that you've introduced me to. Let me know about their music. Trap. Where do we begin? How do we start this? Like, how do we start?
How do we start?
Yeah, like let's talk about Xavier. Put his man government out. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, how far should we go back? Should we go back to the days where I first met you? Because I think that's when things kind of really kicked off.
Okay, let's do that.
Because I was in college, as a matter of fact. So that's whenever I got it first introduced to partying. Nose eye. And, you know, the older I got, the more people I met, the more situations I've been in. Like Cowboys, for example. Cowboys was the club that you would go to whenever, the football team won.
Facts.
Or lost.
Yeah.
And it was homecoming.
Yeah, shout out McNeese, man.
Oh, yeah. Halloween? Oh, gosh. It's not even
The
talking
phone parties?
Oh,
gosh. It got, you know
so
what?
dirty.
Yeah, man.
It was so dirty.
Yeah, man. Like, now we got coronavirus. It makes me think back to all the stuff we had going on, bro.
And you could smoke in Cowboys. That was the killer part. People were smoking Black & Mild, cigarettes, cigars, everything. And all that smoke. If you had hair, bro, you were smelling like smoke by the end.
And look, and don't trip. The goal was always the same. The goal was always, hey, man, if you meet a girl, talk to her, maybe go out and get some KDs afterwards, and y'all figure out something else to do. But thinking about it now, that was super disgusting.
What?
That was so disgusting.
Bubbles and smoke. Now I'm thinking about it.
But okay, so we in college. My first time meeting this man, I got trapped with just a little bit of history. Actually, my first time meeting this man was in the mall.
I love this story.
So like, I'm in the mall, I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point,
Wait, what time is it? I think it's during Christmas time. It's during Christmas break. It definitely was.
I don't know. I know it was like cold. It was cold out for sure.
It was definitely Christmas time.
It was cold out for sure. Yep. I'm in the mall, and I don't know who I was with. I really don't remember who I was with. But I'm walking through. I was really heavy on my sneakers back in the day, right? So I'm in there. I probably was going go to Foot Action. In this mall is really, really small. Not too far from Foot Action is Hollister. Okay? So I'm walking, and I'm like, yo, they got somebody wearing swimming trunks and flip-flops and a whistle. He ain't got no shirt on. Yo, who is this man with no shirt on in the mall, cuz? Yo, I'm flipping out. I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Right? Now, to give him some props, this is back when he was still like, college athlete. So he in shape, you know what I'm saying? He's standing outside, he got his little whistle. And there's like little high school girls walking by, like commenting on him and stuff. I'm like, spam. I couldn't do it. I feel violated, bro. Like, I think I've seen somebody run up and slap him on the chest. Like, it was wild.
It was weird, bro.
So now my introduction to this man was, oh, you the cat that was naked in the mall. Like, you the naked in the mall dude.
Yeah, because later that night we went to a party.
Yeah.
We had mutual friends. Chris.
Yeah, go figure. The dude I just was talking about. We go to a party. There's this like kickback at this at West End.
Who that?
I think it was
They started with a D.
Oh God, don't make me lie to you, bro. Jeremy's house.
Okay.
Jeremy's apartment. Now, gotta paint a picture for West End. West End, luxury apartments, high-rise ceiling, stuff like that. So,
like every other Houston apartment, basically.
Yeah. Right? This
like,
is Lake Charles. Lake Charles, this was a big deal.
Yeah.
This was a big deal, right? So,
you lived in there, they thought you had money.
Now, we all worked at the casino. I go to this kickback. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this kickback. I think Chris gonna be there. I think, you know what I'm saying. But I'm mainly there with a lot of people I know from my job because I work with Jeremy. So I get there, and then we chilling. All of a sudden, Chris walk in with him. I'm like, oh, you the naked in the mall, dude. What's up, bro? What's good? You ain't got a shirt on? You came with a shirt on. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was ragging on me, bro.
Had to, man. Had to.
And then after that,
click tight, man. Went through some real
that day since, man.
broke days, man. Like
Little Caesar pizza, searching
Oh, yeah.
for coins in the Crevice.
$5 hot and ready, bro. Like, come by. Matter of fact, like, come. We would remember the potlucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bring something.
That just bring some. Hey man, we dinner at my house. I'm cooking. Just bring something. Like it would be like that. Like I know we was all struggling trying to make ends meet. So it's like, hey bro, like we can all pitch in, all leave with some leftovers, and have a good time while doing it.
See,
but
that's why the first quarter is gonna be the first quarter.
For sure.
So, but what I want to know is, what about that whole party scene got you thinking, even considering getting into music?
That's when you heard the music. For one, I was also taking a rock and roll history appreciation class, which involved every genre of music. So the more and more I got back down to the roots of music, along with my background, my dad, he used to work with X-Mob, which was that group back in Lake Charles back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He knows Baby, ESG, Manny Fresh, all those guys that we basically grew up on. It's just that, certain circumstances happened to where like it prevented them from being in that circle or in an industry like you would expect them to be for being that successful, for being small timers like they were. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, Dad was best friends with Vicious. If you don't know who Vicious is.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, bro, you from Louisiana, you know who Vicious is.
You know who Vicious is, bro. That like Vicious.
Legend.
Vicious would be in the car. I'm in the
Vicious,
back
man.
seat type. Like as a baby, a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Him and my dad used to make their runs to go pick me up from my mama, my grandmama or whatever. Bring me back to Lake Charles, and boom, that's how I got involved with that whole music. Because it's weird whenever your parents, like when you grow up around your parents' music, and their music was Tupac. You know what I'm saying? It was NWA. It was their as a matter of fact. And when I got older and I started to remember some of these things, like, certain songs were being sampled from this old type of music, from the old music that I used to hear as a kid. And everything was just click. It was just click. It was like a superhero finally getting his powers from a traumatic experience. I don't freaking know how to really explain this, but just living all of that along with the party scene, where you heard all the music and you finally realize where the music is coming from, you appreciate it more.
It gives you it's a different understanding about like,
it's a different reference, bro. It's a different reference. Some people listen to it for this reason. I listen to it because I remember the drum patterns from this. Oh, I know where this sample's from. Oh man, I wonder
that's like a common thing I'm hearing from a lot of people that make music. Bro.
That's it.
Like they're like, yo, like they'll hear a song and it's like
just like you in your fashion.
Yeah.
Just literally like you be like, people be like, oh, it's a nice color. Oh, it's a nice, it's shiny.
Oh yeah, man, I'm that
but
guy.
But you be like, well, do you know what makes it shiny? Do you know what makes it shiny? Like, do you know the fabric of this? Like, you get so intricate and so like intellectual with what you love.
Yeah.
To other people, they think that you're just crazy. But overall, once you figure out, what you fall in love with, what you're falling in love with as far as like your hobby or just your career, your life or anything, it always happens like that.
So would you say that inspired? Because I feel like so that would be the thing that inspired like the production side of things. Because I'm hearing you talk about the samples,
definitely,
the drum patterns and stuff like that.
Definitely. And
now the question I would have is, did production come from necessity? Like, hey man, I want to rap. Well, I need beats. Let me go ahead and start making my own beats. Or it was just like, hey, I really want to do this production thing. I really want to do this production thing. I love music, and it just so happened like, man, if I was a rapper, I'd spit on it like this. Like what came from? What was the first love?
The first love was definitely the production side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already know I love Crit.
Yeah.
I love Crit. And I also appreciate how.
Shout out to Crit.
You feel me? Shout out to that.
I'm gonna see you soon, man. You gotta speak stuff into existence. I'm big on that.
You feel me? Manifest.
Big on that. Manifestation.
You remember when T.I. came out of jail?
Yeah.
What was his first single that came out? Flexing?
Mm-hmm.
Who produced that? Who produced that song?
That's great.
Exactly. That's where I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I involved with, when I moved to Houston, I started working at Olive Garden. I met Reg and Justin. Reg was rapping much harder than everybody in the group or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was the dude that was.
Shout out to Reg and all them boys that say boom, man.
It's the Olive Boys. You gotta call ourselves the Olive Boys, boy. But like, the birthdays, don't come to Olive Garden if you want a quiet birthday at Olive Garden.
You know what I'm saying?
It was loud.
Man.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, come on, I gotta do a birthday. Right?
Birthdays, man.
So,
Olive Garden was a grind.
It was dope. It was dope.
It was cool. Shout out Olive Garden, bro. Y'all still the homies all day.
Yeah, we worked the split shifts, go to Fridays down the street, come back, drunk as a skunk, still working
I
at
never
table.
did that.
Well, he never did that. He maybe had one drink, maybe a beer. Let me shut up.
This man.
But no, it started. It was strictly just the production. I always wanted to. I love making beats. So that was my thing. And then it was just waiting on people to rap on them. I hated waiting. Because I feel like I would do so much to make sure the beat would come out quickly or as good as it sounded. I feel like, okay, you don't have to make the beat anymore. You just gotta focus on the lyrics and stuff. And some people just take too long, and that was just from me having the lack of knowledge that not everybody's like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My music production didn't get really better until like I left my ego hat at the door.
So like, wait, what you mean you left your ego hat?
Meaning that there were times like whenever I have people come over, like artists, you know what I'm saying, and young, old, whatever, it didn't matter to me, and that was the problem. It didn't matter to me. You gotta understand that when it comes to music, it's not your say so. Even if you are the producer,
You gotta respect their process.
You gotta respect where their mind is at, where they're coming from with it. You gotta figure out their impulses before you could tell them what they can and cannot do, or what we shouldn't do. You gotta know them first before doing any of that. And I didn't understand that before when I first started. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I said, it was a learning process. The same people who I still need are still here. Regardless. It was all a learning process for me. Because 9 times out of 10, if I worked with you in the beginning, it was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And we're not the same people as we were that long ago. So of course I've grown with people. You know what I'm saying? Like Shot, for example. Shot. To me, Shot is always gonna be that one rapper that can just I would hate to see somebody get Shot pissed off when he be like, Balhead, I need a diss track. I'm ready. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for somebody to say triple Shot. I'm waiting for it, bro. I'm just waiting. I got the perfect play for that. But at the point in time, there was in the beginning of a lot of things when I was recording people. Sometimes we would bump heads a lot. You know what I'm saying? On some like homie type shit. Be on some like I hate you type shit. We'll never have a falling out when it comes to music, because that's matter of fact. Credit to Rashad for being the one to like actually kind of want to get me to rap even more, like talking about it. Because once I started making beats and I would play them in the car, we found ourselves freestyling everybody else. But we were doing nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Just get hotbox in the car and just like rap and shit. So he was the one that actually got me on the like rapid side of things. But yeah, man, leaving that ego hat at the door and not feeling like you are the sole conductor of the train. Mm-hmm. Even if you are making the tracks,
just kind of understanding it's a collaborative effort. Like you know what I'm saying, y'all all have the same goal, and that's to make a great body of work.
Exactly.
At the same time, it's like everybody got their own process and how they want to do it. So
now, don't get it twisted. Now, there are times where, like, as being a producer, I understand where it comes from. Producers are, we make the beat, sometimes we coach the artists, sometimes we help them with their lyrics. We do a lot, and it goes unnoticed a lot of times. Unless you're like, you're Weezy, Metro, 808 Mafia, Southside. If you're one of those,
once you develop the name, it's kind of like you got.
Then
you're going on that respect from other people, right?
But it's even though there's Kobe, everybody else knows about Jamal Crawford. Everybody knows the role of people, but sometimes people don't understand the role of a producer.
I think the thing is, when it comes to music, and don't get me wrong, like I don't make music well.
Yeah,
that's for another time. But
he can sing. He just doesn't want to yet.
This man. Anyway, the thing is, huh?
He's a choir boy.
Hey man, I'm not ashamed of that. I'm
you
not
best
ashamed of that
not
at all.
be.
You know
That's
what I'm
not
saying?
me, bro. Trap scene too.
I do. Hey, and I'm saying, like, legit, like, bro, it's I don't say it's trendy now, but you
got a good engineer, you can sing.
Yeah.
I do it all.
But I mean, the thing about music is though, bro, like it's almost, and I don't want to no knock on anybody that's out here trying to get it, but there's so much fluff before you get to the good stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like people kind of go into it when they hear about somebody new, whether it be a producer or an artist, where they look at it like they already kind of expect you to be. It's almost like they expect you to be trash, almost. Yeah, like it's an expectation, right? Mm-hmm. Versus the NBA, once you make it to the NBA, most people expect you to be good.
Yeah,
definitely. Football, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a thing when it comes down to, well, no, just being creative. Like if when it comes down to anything creative, I think people's expectations isn't for it to be just like everything else, just fluff. Yeah. Right. So you kind of got to earn your stripes. But one thing I did hear you say was at that moment where you had to realize you had to kind of check your own ego. Yeah. And like let the person work through their process. I know you mentioned the producer coaching the artists and stuff. Over the years, you had the opportunity to work with a lot of different artists. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, what would you say? Because I mean, like right now, I walked in, you're sitting here with Trap. I heard you asking him like different things about the song you just recorded. Like, should I name this? Should I put ad-libs on this? And stuff like that. What do you think that you've taken like from these different artists that you've worked with to make you a better artist yourself, a better producer? You know what I'm saying? In general, over the years.
Over the years, man. It was learning that a one size does not fit all when it comes to, you know, musical artists or artists, period, people, period. You know, just taking what you can, taking the strengths from everybody and fortifying that. That's what I learned, you know what I'm saying? I know, and try not to compare everybody being better than the next person. Mm-hmm. Love and treat the artist for who they are. You know, you got an artist who's good at making trap music. Cool. You got an artist who's good at singing. Cool. I don't expect those two to be better than each other because they're not in the same lane. Just like
two totally different vibes.
Exactly. Just like you can't do that with people. Mm-hmm. In general, I can't treat this person like family if they act like friends or faculty people that I work with type shit. That's just how it goes. And me thinking that, you know, me stopping and realizing that and not feeling like everybody should have their shit together, because 9 times out of 10, if you're coming to the studio, I pretty much expect you to have your lyrics written down. But I know sometimes you just feel like you want to record. You don't feel like you didn't feel like writing at the time. You felt like I feel like the impulse to go make some music, whatever it is. You can write the song whenever we have, or we just punch in. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, like I said, everybody brings a different. It's like Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody brings a different side.
Everybody brings a different dish.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you if you want to eat that dish. Okay. You like that macaroni? It's cool. You don't? It's fine. Some people will. Some people don't like that macaroni at the table. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you to recognize why the macaroni is good to all those other people. Not just for you, because at the end of the day, I'm the producer. I'm not the fan. I'm still a fan, of course, because we're making music together. I'm going to enjoy your music because, like I said, leave your ego hat at the door. You'll learn to love everybody's music. And once you learn to love everybody's music, you're more in tune to, like, do your job much better as a producer or engineer. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever done something that you're not interested in? Comes out sucky most of the time.
Well, here's a question for you then. Hold on, wait.
Now with that, I know, man.
Now I'm gonna turn this question to Trap. With that being said, has there ever been something that he's ever been like, hey man, I made this beat. I think you should hop on this beat, that you've listened to and be like, bro, I'm not really feeling that. Even though if it's not, I mean, for real, he said he checked his ego at the door, right? Yeah. Know what I'm saying? Now that's that, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? What's that conversation like? I mean, because like we say, it's a collaborative effort to come out with a good song. So, you know, you're like, hey man, I don't really like these horns, G. Like let's do something about these horns. Like, what's that conversation like with him at, you know, with the beat, as far as saying like, man, I'll rap on it, but I'm not really feeling this too much.
It's like, I told him like I don't like it, but he'll tell me, he been in the game longer than me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so I take that into consideration
Facts.
and step outside of the box. So sometimes I'll be like, I don't feel it. He be like, man, just try it. So I flow on it, and I like it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I have to grow into it though.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know when we first spoke, when me and him were just kind of like just catching up. Like I mentioned to you, he speaks a lot about you. Like, man, this guy, he's dope. Like, he next up. What is the thing that got you, that first stood out to you about Trap?
He lives when he raps. That was the first thing, okay? Son, when he's one of the first few artists to come through. Like, he was on a mission. Like, I know you've probably seen old interviews when everybody's like, whenever the producer's talking about somebody built a sound. Like, for example, Manny Fresh and Juvie.
Yeah.
Manny was, I don't know if it was Manny at first. I think it was. But whenever Juvie got off the bus, Juvie was ready. Juvie had raps for days. He sometimes he didn't even look at his book. He just rapped them. You know what I'm saying? Trap came in, and we did fashion. Fashion is what set it off for me. Not only because he has a cousin, Glenn or whatever.
Yeah.
Glenn, who is one of my other R&B artists. Dope as hell, man. He's amazing, dude. Like, ugh. Like
I'm gonna check some of his music out.
You got to, man. You got to, bro. Glenn is. Shout out to Glenn.
Shout out to you.
Hope he's having a great time in Seattle. He moved out of Houston. So he's living his life now. He's living his life. Hey, City Boys. That's what he's doing, bro. He's doing City Boy shit. I think.
Hey, man.
He's on a certified lover. That's what he's on. That's what he told me. But,
he putting all that bad business out.
Hey,
like, come on, man.
That's what he said.
Oh, my God.
Hey, bro. If you, like I said, once you listen to Glenn, you get the point.
Yeah.
But Glenn, he was like, yo, he told me about trap. You know, he came through and we made fashion. If you haven't heard fashion before, which was the first song we did.
We all check out fashion. It's on streaming
It's
platforms.
It's on
all platforms. Y'all check that. I'm gonna link that in the description. For
like
sure.
he can't. It was so catchy. Like fashion.
So you would say it was really his authenticity. First off,
it was authenticity. It was how organic it came out.
And then the work ethic too. I mean, outside of the fact that like
it's like he was doing it for years, and because he made it look so easy. You know, and it like I said, it's different whenever you work with somebody as a producer. When you have an artist that you organically just click with. Like me and him can hang out every day. If we, sometimes we might not even come out with a song, but we'll come out with a beat that maybe he'll do 2 or 3 days later and wreck that.
For sure.
Like we build up on shit. We just don't. Hey, what do you think we should do? Just rap. No, we be like, oh, let's play 2K to figure out how this beat sounds.
just kind of vibe out and then see where it goes.
Yes, yeah.
Well, Trap, I want to ask you, like, what was the thing? What would you say? Just given the time that you were away, right? Is that like a way for you? Was that like an escape for you as far as like why you had to sit down, just being able to write, kind of like a journal of sorts?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you can't, like, did you know in your mind, like, okay, as soon as I get out of here, man, I'm dropping this music, or was it like, man, I'm writing these songs, it sounds pretty good, like, nah, this.
Yeah, nah, I had a mission.
You was intentional.
Yeah, intentional.
Man, that is a huge component of like success in general, bro. Like, if there's one thing that I'm finding, like, legit, I've done a total of 3 of these. This is the 3rd one I've done. And just outside of that, had conversations with other people. The people that tend to be successful move with intention.
And a plan.
You know what I'm saying? And a plan, yeah.
Right.
So, like, okay, well, here's a question. What would you say your plan was? Like, you know what I'm saying? You was like, okay, this is day before I'm supposed to step out of here. What was the thought that was going on? Obviously, seeing family, reconnecting with loved ones. You know what I'm saying? But what was that? I'm going for this plan. Like, what was that like?
It was like I just knew I had so much music over the years, and it was all off my chest or tape.
Oh yeah,
So I was just like, I had to find somebody to build around me
Mm-hmm.
and just find my sound and put it together. And that's what happened.
And at that point, you're looking for somebody who's like not only ready to work, but has a story to tell.
I wanted somebody who's gonna work harder than me. And
Man,
he came off like, no, Balhead, you not rapping on this. I got this part. Like that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was tired of like getting on tracks that I sometimes, of course, I make beats for everybody and blah 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 blah. But sometimes I understood whenever these artists would hear me rap, you gotta come with it now. And if I'm not on the song, sometimes they felt like it wasn't a good song. I didn't feel like I had to be on the song to make it a good song. I just made the beat, let him do his thing, and that's really what that was another thing that separated him from everybody too. Not everybody. I'm not gonna just single everybody out, but for him, he came and made my job easier. He didn't make me feel like I was the hardest worker in the room. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Well, so like when let's say that you're dealing with somebody who's not like trap and like they just ready to go, like you know what I'm saying, like they've kind of been because I feel like for him it's been like, man, it's almost he had a loaded gun, you know what I'm saying? He was just
Some came with clips. Some came with clips already.
For someone like you said, you had mentioned like Rashad, you know what I'm saying, like someone who you see the potential at the same time, it's like they're unsure of what they could possibly do or if they going about things the right way or whatever. How would you, as a producer, like you said, we coaching, how would you get them to kind of hop off the porch and take that step?
Bro. First and foremost, let's see, for example, most of the time when everybody comes to the studio, we're vibing out already. You know what I'm saying? Some people smoke, that's cool. Smoke, some people drink. Take a sip of some shit. It's perfectly fine. I allow them to be themselves. That's the first thing. Now, the second part is coaching them, but also being the person showing them the drills. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had a personal trainer who just told you just what to do, and you just like, okay, am I doing it right? I'm hands-on with my.
So it's more than just like direction, but it's also technique.
Yes, I'm technical with everything. Like he can tell you, like we'll count how many syllables. We'll like when it comes to cadences and stuff, we'll make sure that everything is like fitting in a pocket type stuff. Like, it gets real technical. That's why stuff is dope. It's technical.
Hey man, like if you don't believe this, rap is a sport, man. It's a sport. Like it's definitely a sport.
If you've never been on stage rapping in front of people with the mic, without the lyrics in the background, you really rapping a cappella? Let me know. Let me know.
Like, I didn't think that far into what you talking about. Y'all counting syllables, words, and stuff.
Bro,
God,
we be going back and forth. And
Gotta make sure the ball's on point.
Mm-hmm.
what? Because I mean, you gotta look at it. Everybody coming out with either something different or they the best of the best. Okay, that's what it is. Either you're different or you're the best of the best. Whenever I put something on Benny the Butcher, he realized the best of the best as far as lyricism going. Now. We can't make a song without him having some clever in it. We can't do that.
Yeah, that's the thing that catches me, man. Like I like those double entendres. I like those metaphors. I like something that's gonna make me. I like something that's gonna make me sit back, hear it, and be like, "Oh, that's fire."
You gotta
and then listen
back.
again and be like,
Yo,
I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what we doing. That's how technical it gets. But see, that's the thing. A lot of producers don't do that. Sometimes they just button pushers, bro. Mm-hmm. You know how many times I've had this conversation with artists when you're like, I was like, how was your last experience with somebody? Just to see what not to fucking do as a producer. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the difference between when you're just trying to, your goal is making a song versus building with an artist.
Yes, I want to build. I don't want to make a song. Everybody can make a song. Come on, man. Anybody can make a song nowadays. You need a great engineer, but when we're trying to make a body of work, like we mentioned earlier, something that's going to be long, this will be part of longevity-wise, you know what I'm saying? It takes going out of your way as a producer to get these artists to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, what's a perfect example? Beerus and Whis. Imagine what they and I know they make it look effortlessly to train Goku and Vegeta, but I mean, if you really want to be technical, they're training them to be better than them. That's what I'm doing. I want everybody that comes in Balhead's house, I want you to be able to rap better than me. I want you to be able to sing better than me. Because I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sound like a narcissistic asshole when I say these type of things, but I'm around it so much that I know everybody. I kind of have an idea of how you should be doing things. I have an idea of how you should be mixed in when it comes to like your sounds, like mixing and mastering. Like I have so much knowledge right now because I treat myself as a student, not a teacher. But whenever people are coming to me, not as, I need you to be a classmate. No, when they're like, yo, Balhead, how does it sound? What should I do? I gotta be the person. I gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? And success builds confidence. I've been hearing that for quite some time, and it wasn't until I started making good records out of confidence, letting everybody know that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm doing it with conviction, and intention. Like, this is how I want it to sound. This is how you think it's going to sound. No, I got a better idea. Let me just suggest this idea. And like I said, leaving my ego head at the door at the same time. Because I never make anybody feel like they're stupid. I don't make anybody feel like their choices are wrong. I stopped doing that a long time ago, and it made everything. That made the music that I created better.
Well, I know, just like we're talking about, building with that artist and everything. It's a two-way street. Like, that artist has to feel like, hey, I want to lock in with this person. I want to really see what we can really do. Yeah. Not just one song, but let's see what we can do as far as projects go and everything like that. Trap, what I want to ask you is, obviously, he probably checked out something. You had to check out something, right, before you started working with Trap, of his, right? What was the thing that made you say, yeah, I want to lock in with this man? You know what I'm saying? What not outside of just like seeing how hard he work, or just how meticulous he is with just putting a song together, anything like that. But what body of work or song that you might have heard was like, oh yeah, I need to lock in with him.
Of my music or his music?
Of his music, in particular. Like, what's that song that stuck out? Like, yeah, I'm with the right one.
Yeah, it was that late.
Late?
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
Where I just really heard his lyrics and his sound. I was like, yeah.
It was kind of like that. I guess you would say that reinforcement. Like, yeah. I thought it was fire, but yeah.
For real though. You ain't heard Late?
I've not heard Late.
Yeah, you have. You heard it in Dallas.
I heard it in Dallas.
Don't look at my way you fake. Catching my way.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with him, bro. I would be thinking that like songs will be like a certain name of a song will be the name of that song, and it don't even be that. Yeah. Like earlier when we listened, I don't want to give out the song name, but earlier when we listened to the track, you just recorded that interlude. I'm thinking you about to call it one thing, and you say, "Nah, I'm gonna call it PSA." I'm like, I'm not gonna find that. You got so much music, I'm not gonna find that if I'm just looking for it based off of what I'm hearing in my head. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah.
It was late for Soto. I remember coming after you dropped it, and I came like 2 days after I came over to the studio, and we was standing right there, and I was like, yeah, that on that project you dropped that late. I was like, yeah, that's that right there. And I didn't know like he got everything down pat.
He got his process
and record music.
Man. Yeah. That's somebody who like then actually found their sound and became comfortable in all the aspects of the. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say, man, like I remember early Balhead.
Do you remember early?
I remember early Balhead. We would constantly have this conversation like, "Hey, bro, why you yelling on all your records?" He'd be like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "Dog, like you ain't gotta yell." Especially the chick songs. He'd be like, "Man, girls like they like that." I'm like, "Not everybody like that."
Not everybody, not all of them. That's what.
Not all of them.
We had that conversation. It was really cool.
It was a blunt one. Like it was like, man,
stop screaming.
Stop screaming. Like legit.
Stop being so vulgar. That's what you're find a cooler way of saying this. You want to say there's a better way of saying.
Well, because here's the thing, like just like we were talking about earlier, not everything is for everybody, right? But you want to. So that means, okay, if you're throwing out a net, like if you're fishing, you're throwing out a net, right? You're trying to catch some fish, but you want the biggest net because you want the most fish. So if you can accomplish your goal of grabbing the people that you are already grabbing and an excess of more people just by switching something up slightly, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah. Especially if it's not like being contradictory to the person you are. Yeah. You're still getting the message across. I'm like, yo, just don't yell and don't be as vulgar, bro. I guarantee you, right now you grabbing low-hanging fruit. You at the top of the tree, bro.
See, that's what got me when he said that.
That was that moment.
I didn't
bro.
put that on a shirt. Like, stop grabbing low-hanging fruit.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, yeah, but that's the thing. I looked at that discussion as, oh man, like, yeah, man. As soon as she once she figure that out, it's a go. Oh, yeah. It's just at that point, it's just time. Because you're polishing it up. You already got your technique down. You got your sound down and identity, right? Yeah. But once now it's time for those little meticulous. Let's get this stuff off it right here.
But see, it took good friends to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he remembers a time where I was just doing a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We don't have to talk about it.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
We have not to talk about it because it was all out there. Yo. It was like, everybody.
Ooh, that's a good segue. Okay, well, cool.
Everybody knew it was all out there. It was like
there was a transition that took place, a noticeable transition, not just in projects but personal,
real life.
There was like a separation between Xavier and Balhead.
It was like one was doing one thing and another one was just like, that we're doing this. It was like. It's like having Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but you had Mike Tyson, you had Manny Pacquiao.
That's a wild.
That's two different boxers, but they're both pound for pound. Like, they're both dope. They're both legends, right?
What was the development? Like, what got you? Because, I mean, if anybody who knows early Balhead, I'm going to say that was Balhead.
That would have it wasn't Xavier. Xavier went to
yeah.
Bruce Banner left. Bruce Banner. It was Hulk for a quick second. You know me?
What was that? Where did that just understanding the identity that you wanted for Balhead? Like, how did you transition with that? Like, what was that moment where you're like, hey, I need to kind of tighten it up a little bit and let's move a certain way?
I had to find a balance. It was around the time where, like, when I had the thing with drinking a lot. I used to feel like I would have to drink every night before I would make music and whatnot. Now I'm chilling on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not acting a fool doing all the extra stupid shit. But
a lot of people feel like they find inspiration.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I was thinking to myself, am I really this good or is it just alcohol? You know what I'm saying? Is it Balhead or is it is it alcohol? But then again, I had to be real with myself. Like, stop finding excuses. Like, figure out. And that's when everybody kept telling me, look, you're doing a little. We love you. We love you. We love you so much. So off the top, you're worrying us. When I started having people worried about that's whenever the transition started happening. You know what I'm saying? And because at the end of the day, what Balhead didn't understand is that he had people that cared about him. He would overcompensate.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, he would overcompensate with doing some of this shit because he felt like he was by himself. And everybody else was trying to reach of a hold of Xavier versus Balhead, and that was the thing.
I think that's a huge thing in anything that you're trying to do, right? Business wise, maybe when we're talking about like interpersonal relationships and just like talking with people and just being social, but when it comes down to being creative, dog, don't be yourself, man. Like, you don't like that's a huge.
You need to do.
It's that like it's crazy because you just said that like the authenticity of trap is one of the things that drew you to him outside of work. You know what I'm saying? And just being someone that's ready to go, ready to learn, and ready to apply the things that they're learning, right? Ready to build. It was the authenticity of him. He ain't come to you saying like, "Oh, bro, you know what I'm saying? I've done all this stuff. I done been an artist this long. You know what I'm saying? None of that. He came to you like, hey man, look, I got a story to tell. I'm ready to work. What's up? And like, and showed it in his movements. And that's the thing that you respected about him. And I feel like going back to your discovery of like that moment where you felt that Balhead needed to grow, you seeing that somebody like him is authentic made you want to help this person even more because you knew how much it took for you to discover that about yourself. Like, hey man, I need to be more like me as a person.
Iron sharpens iron, bro. And then on top of that, it would be selfish of me not getting together. I got all these people like that rely on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of do yourself a disservice.
You do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, everybody has a purpose on some.
There's a thing, I heard this recently, right? And I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Authenticity isn't just for you. It's for the people that you're meant to cross paths with. Mm-hmm. And if you're not authentic, you're doing the world a disservice. There's a reason why each one of us was like crafted in a certain type of way. Given certain circumstances, certain experiences, and things that we've gone through to mold us in who we are, right? If you truly believe that like we all here for a purpose, and these I don't say purposes, right? I don't want to check it up. These purposes are kind of all intertwined together.
Yeah.
The second that you choose not to be 100% you're doing the world a disservice. And it's something that I want to hone in home. Because I dealt with that. Like, I've dealt with, like, being V-Nell and then being, I'm VZ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about this. Or I don't, yeah, bro. And that stuff is whack. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, when you got to look yourself in the mirror and, like, bro, how do you really feel about yourself?
You don't want to spread fake. That's already going around fast.
Facts.
You don't want it. It's easy. Being fake is like putting the forest on fire that's full of kerosene. Like, yo, it just takes you one time. First impressions are the biggest things, to be honest with you. People gonna always remember how you made them feel.
And it's hard to redo them. There are no redos, actually. You know what I'm saying?
There's no second chances in life, as much as we would love to hear that Drake song, but you know, it's not. There's not many second chances in life, bro.
So, like, what I want to do now is ask you. Now that we've gotten the growth of Balhead and just understanding what we needed to kind of, that you need to tighten up on certain things, what would you see would be the project? Because we talked about the kickback earlier. Mm-hmm. I want to specifically kind of get into that series because I feel like the next project to come out falls in line with that. What would you say is, exactly. What would you say, like the kickback was that like moment, kind of like that moment where you were like, hey, Balhead, this is how you need to move.
Oh, hell yeah. One is because it was something he was familiar with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was Dr. Banner. That's what that was. It was Dr. Hulk, Dr. Banner, whenever they first like got there in sync, and then you got both of them. You got the Hulk, the power of the Hulk, and you got the mind of Bruce Banner.
Now, like, reflecting on that, like, what was that, I guess you're saying, moment or experience that you went through to make you say, okay, I want to make this particular...
I had it already in my mind. After the kickback, I was like, yo, this is how the series is going to go. Because...
what made you specifically do the kickback?
Oh, man.
Outside of the fact, like I know you said you were familiar.
Wanted to come up with some shit that had reasoning and meaning behind it, which was, I wanted to show people the creativity. I also wanted to show the authenticity. And I also wanted them to find the relatability. You know what I'm saying? I wanted people to relate to not just the rowdy Balhead. Like, I think this cool kickback, I think that project when I first came out with it, I was like, ain't nobody in their right mind cannot feel this thing. Like,
yeah.
There's every situation in that project you have experienced.
Yo.
Every.
I think when I described to him, when I told him, man, stop yelling, and I was like, yo, you gotta find a smoother way to do things, like, you need to get off of this DMX stuff. And get on I was like, get off this DMX. No offense to DMX.
Like, it's cool every once in a while.
But you need to get on this Ladies Love Cool Zay type stuff. Like, legit. Like,
that's what the kickback came out with. Like, the first two songs, Dolce, the DC Light Blue, and the other one where I sampled
All Night.
All Night.
Yeah. Those
two things, bro.
Yeah, it was jamming. I'm not gonna.
Ready for it all. Like, come on, bro. Everybody loves that album.
Okay, so And I mean, I like the whole structure of it was fire. Like legitimately, what's the next after that? Like transitioning from that, you find a sound, you're like, okay, cool. I'm about to still keeping that element of I can spit with the best of them, because I mean that definitely is showcased on that on that project.
Definitely.
So I mean I could turn it when I need to, but other than that I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For Balhead, what's the next part of that whole series? Well, if I was somebody coming in like, okay, I listen to the Kickback, what's next?
The house party.
Okay, so we go right.
House party.
House party is that? That's the house party.
The house party, and it sounds like there's gonna be a whole album full of just party music. It does sound like that, especially if you listen to the Kickback, and it was just a Kickback. But kickbacks are just more chill, close friends type. I guess meetups, kind of, sort of get-togethers. Those what those are, get-togethers. Parties I treat more like life. Life is a party. Now, what the house party is gonna be about was it's gonna be told in the position of the guy or the girl or whomever who's throwing the party.
Okay.
And most of the time when you're throwing a party, you are in the spotlight. You are the host.
Oh yeah, you're the host. You gotta
you're the popular dude, right?
Yeah.
So life is a party. When things are going good in life, it's like a party. You're not worried about bills. You're not worried about responsibilities.
So kickback, the kickback was
kind of like an introduction.
That introduction in the house party is like,
okay,
I stayed down until we came up, and now we here.
Yeah, literally, kind of, sort of, yeah. Because in between the kickback and the house party, life has definitely passed. Like I've gotten older, and of course I'm telling it from past experiences and present experiences as well. You know what I'm saying? But between the kickback and the house party, life has happened. Yeah, you maybe have gotten a new job, maybe you have gotten a new girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be. Lost some friends, gained some friends. Just basically, life happens. Now the house party is gonna be about whenever life slows down for a quick second. Now you can party and celebrate. Which
that moment where you with that those small moments where you could be like.
You sip of some Bamba, what was it, Bamboo? That was that rubber.
Bumble, man. Bumble.
Yes, Bumble.
Hey, shout out Bumble. Shout out Bumble. Shout out.
I never remember the night after drinking with these boys.
Shout out Bel Air Rose. I'm trying to get a sponsor, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Bumble. Shout out Bel Air Rose. Those are two that I definitely partake.
What's it called? Terra Manana? I think that's the Dwayne Johnson tequila. That's what I was drinking.
Man, I don't want to butcher nobody's name.
I'm
only saying those because I keep them in the fridge.
Try, guys. Tequila is different when you're not scared of tequila. Now, back to what I was saying. Yes. So the house party is going to be about life as a party. Now I'm gonna break it up into kind of 4 quarters. I want to have maybe between 16 and 18 tracks. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's gonna be a lengthy one.
Oh, it's gonna be a nice one. Cause
4 quarters.
You've been to the party. You've been to my house parties before.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be telling it from me in my eyes of how I see different things. First 4 or 5 songs that's gonna be the first quarter. Whenever you throw in a house party, you invite your closest friends. You tell them, hey, y'all want to come early? That's fine. That's when y'all pregame. That's when you help set up. That's when you bring stuff. That's when you guys, toast. Y'all just getting ready before the party really begins. That's what that's gonna be about. Just close people that I love that have been there to help set up the party. Just help set you up in life.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to give it all away.
No.
Don't give away all your stuff. No.
It's just gonna go I think it's gonna be cool if I explain it in a sense. A short little scenario, a short little synopsis or whatever. Second quarter, that's when people show up late. That's when people don't bring nothing. They want to party with you.
Third.
Yeah. And then you got new people that come. Sometimes they're cool people.
Okay.
Third quarter, that's when it's going great. And you go, none of that turning up.
What's the floor?
Soon the party's over. And you have to pick up all the pieces and clean up. Or the people that were there in the first quarter, they're still there. Even after all the bullshit was turning up. It goes so deep.
I like it. Wait, is this project done?
No, It's still going. Like it's like halfway.
I was to say I want to listen.
Halfway.
I
got something.
want to listen to something.
I'm gonna let you listen to Whiskey Sour. That's gonna be on the LA.
Man, bro, like stop giving me all your
There's so much though.
Trap
knows.
Hey,
he
bro,
knows
look,
more than what I'm telling.
If you like it, I love it. I ain't tripping.
You guys are gonna love it. And the skits are gonna make a return too. The skits are gonna make the return.
Yeah, I want to be on the skit.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask you. I was gonna see.
I want to be on the skit.
You have to come up with your character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any features?
Trap.
Okay.
Xai. Hi-hat.
Okay, for sure.
I'm gonna get headphones. Who else? Reg.
You know what I'm saying?
Miss Dana Hall. Surprisingly.
What? She gonna be in the track?
She gonna be on something.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, we'll leave that
All right.
there. Who else? Big Easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get him on that. You heard me? He'll be part of the skits. Big Easy. I don't know if you heard him.
This
I
man.
don't know if you heard his.
Anyway.
Remember that first? You did an amazing job narrating that for that one track I had you on. I just can't. I lost the track. I just can't remember where it was at.
Oh yeah, when I was just talking, I was
on
on radio French, man.
He has a radio personality voice that's out the world, bro. It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And now that he showed me his video taking skills, videography skills.
Oh man, we can shoot. We definitely can shoot something. I got something working on for Cole. I got this that we about to drop. That let you.
You know what? I need to get.
I'm doing something with my little brother.
I want Cole to be. I want Cole to produce a track for me too.
We gon' hey man, we gotta get him live.
Gotta get him.
He back at it.
He back at it.
He back at it. He did the last trip to Dallas. He did something real quick. It was like, bro. I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm gonna let you hear it when we get off camera. I don't want to do too much.
But yeah, that's gonna be the house.
That's gonna be hard.
House party. That's what that's gonna be about. You know what I'm saying? I got some other stuff that's if the future goes right, life is going good like I need it to, or even if it's not going good, we're coming up with some more.
If you're somebody who's checking this out for the first time, just now discovering you.
Yeah.
Is any song, real quick off the top of the head, any song that you think, okay, this is the perfect introduction to Balhead? I got my own.
You got your own.
You know what I would say to check out.
Everybody got their own.
So what would you say?
Me, my favorite. The one track that I put anybody on. Without saying the ones that you guys already said, probably 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
308.
308.
308. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna link that.
Cause that one, that was whenever I was if I want them to get super personal and learn me, that's when I was going through the transition of like getting all the balance of Balhead and Xavier, because like I said, that was the only time that I was drinking a lot.
So like real quick, I wanna drag it on because I want people to discover it. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
what would you say?
If anything, like if you guys want some hyper polar opposite, go with late.
So 308.
308 and late.
And late. Okay.
Those two.
So between just with everything that's been going on, the transition, life, coming up with this new project, between Balhead and Xavier, what do you want your music to say? Like when somebody hears you, discovers you, what do you want that music from Balhead to say?
He's just like me. That's what I want when I hear. He's just like me. Because whenever you realize that I'm just like you, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm, God's gift to earth or nothing like that. But it's not until like you seeing everybody else who can do it, you don't have no excuses. You know what I'm saying? There are people in worse circumstances than myself that are making it whatever it is that they're doing work. And what I want people to do is when they hear me, I want them to hear that this dude made it work. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
You can make it happen.
Like you've seen the setup. And you've been to a bigger studio. We've been to a bigger studio.
Hey man, it's not about it.
It's not about that. But sometimes we forget about that. It's how you work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? You got traumatic experiences. Are you turning those traumatic experiences around and making them something that can help people out.
Know what to say.
You feel me? When I made, I made a song about, my vices and shit. And I had one of my homies I didn't even think was listening to my shit tell me, yo, you helped me out this situation, bro. And it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just don't think that, I think that people need to understand that everybody's almost the same. We're the only thing that separates us is circumstance. Circumstances and situations. That's the only thing that separates a lot of us 9 times out of 10, bro. But take what you got and work with it.
And make it happen.
Make it happen. That's all I've been told my whole life. Make it happen. I can't wait for people to get on my music. So what did I start doing? I started making the music, and here I am now. Bro.
You got to take that leap of faith, man. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the material you got, just make it do what it do. I mean, like whether it's content creation, making music, bro. People make music off iPads, use Fruity Loops. Shoot video with a cell phone. It don't even matter, bro. If it's something that you truly want to do, you're going to figure out a way to do it. Shoot, man. I don't want to keep you too long. I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Quick little elevator pitch, man. Let them know where they can find you at.
Oh, dude. You can find Balhead at Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, with a Deezer, SoundCloud, YouTube.
All platforms.
All everything. You can find it on everything. Be on the lookout for the house party, kickback, no shortcuts, higher thoughts. What is it, higher thoughts? Yeah, I think it's called higher thoughts. Higher standards is a song that you love.
Yeah, I love
We didn't even talk about that one.
Cause man, I'm saying we ain't gotta talk about it all.
I think Higher Thoughts was like an awesome one of those other projects that people are gonna realize later on down the line. Like, oh shit. Cause then
You gotta leave something for people to discover, man.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
But
yeah, you can find me on everything. Just search up Balhead. BALHEAD. There's no D. There's no D after the L. It's BALHEAD. You know what I'm saying?
what about you, Trap?
Yeah, Trap Baby. You can find me on all music platforms on the Trap Baby. Yeah, be on the lookout for this tape that's about to drop at all costs with mixtape. On Instagram, cfn.real, cfn.real, RELL.
Okay.
Don't forget to check out 3 years later.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a classic.
The mixtape. Trap Baby 3 years later in the search bar.
Benny, if you watching this, dude. Benny.
Hey, if Benny watching this, hey,
Benny. 3 years later, Benny.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Well, hey man, check them both out. You know what I'm saying? Trap, I appreciate you joining me, my brother.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ballhead as always.
Oh,
We're gonna do the one-on-one. For sure. I really want to get into just that whole story, bro.
That's a bit.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody out there can definitely relate. And like we said, man, ain't no excuses. Regardless of your background, wherever you come from, hey man, all it is up to you to do it. But as you already know, it's your boy VZ. My Success Ain't Random podcast, episode 3. Hope y'all get some value out of this. Let me know who I should talk to next, man. I got some people already lined up, a lot of value to give, man. And we're going to just keep on getting it. I'm going to link these guys at the bottom of the description. Definitely check out their music on all streaming platforms. And you know what I'm saying? Until next time, be blessed. Don't stress. You already know the rest, man.
Straight up.
And we out.
We reap what we sowing. To be peaceful, you gotta know violence. Keep it low, please don't cause a commotion. My response to the Levian ruins, and really not sure that's your type of promotion. We up early on road, rolling. Hog the lane in our bar, we ain't bowling. In 16, I hopped off in the Ford. Headed to Texas, not sure where I'm going. I'm the coldest on earth, bring the wind just to out them Levi's. They see my devotion.